with the wind out here in our recording, but we just got through doing that bed there, and then the bed over there by the garden. And we got to do this one. I did the other side, but I figured I'd let you see kind of how I do this. It's kind of nice to be out with having going through cancer and everything. It's kind of nice to be out in the garden again, and getting back to work and doing all the stuff that I always wanted to do. We have not found out yet. My next PET scan is next month, so we don't know if it's gone. We believe it's gone. I feel like it's gone, but we don't know for sure. We'll find out then, and I'll let you know. But today, what I'm going to do, Lori's in the kitchen, of course, doing her canning and cooking and stuff, and I'm going to get this side cleaned up. And you can see we've got a lot of beans, and we've got a lot of mosquitoes. They're all over the place. But this side has kind of grown away from our fence here. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to kind of lift him up a little bit, and I'm going to kind of re-guide him and tie him in so we get him all set. This little cart here got from, I think it was Harbor Freight, and it's kind of a handy little cart. Needs a little air in the wheels, but I can keep my tools right underneath for what I need and grab them as I need them for like my nippers, and I got my cloth in there, and very handy for what my purpose is. This is just some string that you can get from Menards. You can buy it. It's got a little cutter on it on the end. You can get two of these. You take the cutter off, put it on the other spool, and you got yourself a spool of string so you can tie things up. Now, a lot of people, I didn't get out here in time because I still been trying to catch up in the workforce area. Like everybody else, I got a job I got to try to tend to. Got to be able to pay the bills. So I've been kind of busy, and I haven't had a chance to actually get in here and get these things taken care of like they needed. They grew without me. We did get them in and planted at least, but still got to get them up and get them in place. I know there's a lot of people that they kind of get them as they go if they need to, or they feed them up around, and a lot of times they'll grow on their own like that. I want to keep them off the ground because we have rabbits around here, and they love to eat this stuff. So if I can keep it out of their range, then it's not so bad. Another thing I'm going to do today is I'm going to weed this one, kind of tuck him in where he can get tucked in, and check for any problems with them. This down here, I'm just going to kind of give him a lift so he's up a little higher. Throw this one in, and kind of get this all taken care of as much as I possibly can. That side there, we got some that are hanging out a little bit, but not so bad, so we're going to leave them. Get these up, and then another thing that I didn't get a chance to do, which they're not so bad because the beans actually were a little faster than what the weeds were. So I'm going to get in here, and we're going to pull this up a little bit, but I just noticed something. I don't know if you can see them in there. Before I do that, we have a weed in here, a big one, and the bean basically wrapping itself around it. See if I can get him off of there. There he is. Unwrap this little bean. And you can unwrap your beans and kind of re-guide them. You're not going to hurt them. I've done it for a long time. Sometimes you got to cut the weed out of there. You kind of cut them in sections so you can get him out without damaging your actual beans. What I do is I put my hand down at the bottom of the weed and give him a tug out and try to keep the dirt from coming with it, because sometimes your beans are mixed in there with them, and you get them out. Stack them right there, and it looks like this little guy here that I just took off, I can kind of bring him up inside here and let him crawl up the fence here now, and that'll make him happy. That's probably why this one went out the way it is. We'll see. We're gonna keep going here. We have another weed right here. He's wrapping himself around. I've noticed that even if you got a weed, sometimes there are some people, I've seen them do it, which, I mean, it's fine. It works. They'll take and they'll leave the weed, but they'll cut all the little limbs off it and leave the stick coming up the middle. Well, the weed isn't going to grow anything like seeds or anything, because the tomato plant's going to smother it, or a tomato plant. Here I am thinking tomatoes. The beans are going to smother it by wrapping around it. So they use them as sticks for the beans to be able to climb, and then they just peel them off. They nip the little leaves off and kind of go from there. Me, I'd rather not have them in here. They're not really harming the beans. The beans are able to kind of wrap around them, like I said, and climb up them, but it just looks much nicer, and it's a little easier to find the beans if there isn't weeds tied in with it. So this is what I meant about cutting in sections. I gotta cut this little guy in sections here, and there. So like that. It's almost like surgery. Doing surgery on a plant, trying to take out something that's evasive inside of it. There we go. There's the other part. That way I can get to him down inside without damaging my beans, and then I'll take him, get him pulled out here. There. That's out. Take this out. Got some stuff on in there. You don't want that on there. Take this out. Some more right here. Pull this out. It's a good time to check your plants, you know, if you've got some stuff in there that you can check them for bugs. If there's any like worm sacks, any worms, you can take care of them at that time. Another thing is we have wren houses. Well, that's not a wren house, but the wrens kind of took it over. We do have wren houses around here, and the little wrens, they love worms, and they love going after like the small caterpillars, like tent caterpillars and stuff. They will work on your garden and get all those little pests and actually feed them to their babies. So if you got a way of doing it, and if you got some wrens in your area, the best thing you could do is put up some wren houses around your garden, and they will go in there and they will take care of any worms that's kind of crawling around in your garden. It's amazing kind of watching them too, because they'll come back to their nest and you can hear the little babies just screaming in there, and the mama will have a a worm in its mouth, and not like an earthworm, like I said, but more like a caterpillar style worm. And that worm will be fed to their babies in. Kind of cool, huh? And sometimes what happens with wrens is the dad is actually the one that goes out for the worms and brings it back and hands it off to the mom, and the mom takes it from the dad, and the mom feeds them that way. The dad actually is a very important factor sometimes, because the mom has to keep the nest warm too when the babies haven't been hatched yet. So the mom will sit on the nest, and the dad will bring food to the mom so she can eat. So trying to weed all these out. Make sure there's nothing down there. And then my markers. I got my markers, and I think everybody remembers me giving some of these away. I put them in the bed so I know what they are, but then afterwards what I do is I bring them up, find a spot in here, and I'll just stick them on the side. That way I know exactly what type of bean they are, because we do have different types of beans. And these little buggers are something else. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to weed out the rest of this quick.
Bird nest or what?
No.
What?
So guys, I'm going to show you on a camera what I found. It's pretty cool. I don't have mine on me, just leave that there. I'm going to do it on yours. So bring it over.
Here. I'll lift it up. You record. Ready? You see? Mm-hmm. Look what we found. Little bunnies. Little baby bunnies. Yeah.
So, yeah. If you don't think rabbits can get in your upper garden beds, wrong. They can. There's your proof right there. If you think you're safe, these look pretty tall. You would think a rabbit couldn't get up in here, but guess what? Innovation. Taken weeding away and came across their little nest in my box. But the mama has not disturbed or went for any of my produce, so I'm not going to worry about it. She wants to have her babies there, she can. They are smart little buggers, aren't they?
Mm-hmm.
They know it's safe, which is surprising. So I'm going to weed around them as much as I can. And I'm going to let them have that little area that they want. Mama can hop up in there if she wants, which evidently she can. And we should be all set to go. All right. Thanks for coming out and checking us out. I want to show you how I did it, and we had a special surprise. New family in the neighborhood. Looked like there was about 3 of the little buggers in there. We're going to leave them grow and get bigger, and hopefully they won't eat my beans. But it looks like, from what I can tell, they haven't touched them, so we're good. And they should be able to get up here and get to these. I'm just hoping they won't gnaw off the bottoms, but they can have the hole to go in. Anyway, thanks for stopping, and we will see you next time on Meadows. See ya.